Hello there everyone. Welcome to this video. Viewer discretion possibly advised. So I don't know about everyone else, but when I see things on TikTok, I usually want to try them. And I've been having a lot of stuff going on with my knee, which I've mentioned here or there. I messed up my knee at the very beginning of the month.
Do you guys remember, like, at the beginning of the month when I fucked up my knee?
How I fell really bad on the ice and I hurt my knee.
But my knee still feels weird.
Hello, my knee is still fucked up, so I have injured my knee and I cannot currently walk. About to go into the hospital to get some imaging done on my knee, and I have my final follow-up appointment for my knee troubles with my doctor tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Now, my knee problems should pretty much be over at this point, at least that's what the doctor is expecting to happen. My only problem is I'm still feeling some weirdness going on in my knee, and it's still bruised, and it's been over a month at this point. So I am concerned, and I would like her to actually look at my knee this time, because that seems to be something that she doesn't like to do all the time. Part of this could be that I usually wear leggings and then my knee is covered, so I'm going to wear shorts tomorrow to my doctor's appointment, hopefully, so she'll actually look at my knee. And for some reason she's like super against feeling my knee, and I really need her to feel it because that's kind of what I'm worried about, is things feel out of place. Why does this matter for this video? I don't like to shave my legs. If you've been on either my TikTok or my YouTube for any amount of time, I don't shut up about it. I'm non-binary. Basically, a lot of things that people consider very feminine make me feel very uncomfortable, but also I still enjoy some feminine things like painting my nails and dyeing my hair bright pink. Something about me is I've never been good at shaving my legs. I've never enjoyed it. It's always been kind of weird. It always felt like a societal expectation. I was also never taught how to properly shave. My mom didn't want me learning because if you're shaving, that means you're sleeping around, in her opinion anyways. So my middle school best friend tried to teach me, but because she was in middle school, she didn't know how to properly teach another middle schooler how to shave. So I've never been good at shaving my legs. Every time I do, I get razor bumps or I cut myself in some way. I actually have a pretty horrifying story about one time I shaved and I ended up accidentally slightly skinning myself. But yeah, so shaving has never been my favorite thing to do in the world. I did it for a long time because I felt like I had to as a femme presenting person. Then I just kind of decided screw that, not only because, you know, screw gender roles, but also because I was wearing leggings 24/7 anyways, so nobody could see. When I got into figure skating, I wore leggings all the time since I was taking and teaching so many lessons and it's cold on the ice, and you need some pants that are at least flexible enough to do some kind of stuff in. It was also one of the first times in my life ever wearing leggings because, again, super conservative family where even little innocuous things are considered extremely slutty. So it was really the first time I had ever worn leggings, and I realized they were like comfortable as hell. Like I felt like I was basically wearing pajamas to work. So I basically only wore leggings for several years. And that's what started me not shaving, and then I just kind of like realized I didn't like shaving in general and realized I felt more comfortable in my own skin not shaving. So I haven't shaved my legs in a long time. I hardly shave them anymore. So why do I want bare legs to go to the doctor's office tomorrow? Like I said earlier, it's a societal expectation. People who look like women are expected to shave their legs. Is it right? No. Will I get taken more seriously at the doctor's office? Probably. Gender non-conforming people have a lot of problems in medical situations. People like to make judgments. And because I'm still having problems with my knee and I want to be taken seriously, I'm just gonna shave my legs so that she doesn't feel weird about putting her hands on my hairy knees, I guess. Basically, I don't want to give her a reason to be transphobic towards me, and I really just want to be actually taken seriously. It could be nothing going on with my knee. I could just have weird knees now, but they're gonna work just fine, which I'm okay with having weird knees as long as they work, but I want to make sure. So that brings us to this TikTok that I saw.
Make sugar wax, it's literally so easy. Water, a lemon, and sugar. You're gonna add 2 cups of sugar, 1/4 of a cup of water, and 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice. Do not completely mix it or else it will dissolve. Just like mix it a little bit and let it sit there. I am going to oil my containers. Okay, it's been like 15 minutes and then my sugar wax is like this nice brown caramel color, so I'm gonna turn off the heat. I'm gonna transfer it into my little cups. And then you can let the sugar wax sit for like 3 to 5 hours.
So we talked a little bit about my history with shaving. My history with waxing is non-existent. I have never waxed before in my life. I've heard that waxing is better for things like ingrown hairs and razor burn, and you obviously can't cut yourself with wax. So I thought this might be a good alternative to shaving my legs. Also, it seemed like a pretty neat thing to try. So first things first, I made the wax. I measured out all the ingredients like she said in the TikTok, and at first I was pretty skeptical because 2 cups of sugar seemed like a lot of sugar comparatively to only half a cup of wet ingredients, but it all looked the same when I poured it into the pot as the TikTok did. I set my stove, to a medium low like she said, and then I waited. I didn't stir it like the instruction said, and I just waited for it to eventually practically caramelize. I've made like hard candy from scratch, and this is pretty much the exact same thing happening. So we're pretty much just caramelizing the sugar. Some things I want to point out, in the TikTok she said medium to low heat. I had to put it on medium, a little bit high heat for it to actually work. She also said let it set for 15 minutes. It was like 30 to 45 in mine. I don't know if it was the pot or my stove, but it took a lot longer than she said it would, and also I had to turn the heat up a lot higher to actually get it to boil. I did not have any plastic cups, unfortunately, so I went ahead and used some glass containers to pour my wax in after it had properly caramelized, and then I set it aside to cool for about 4 to 5 hours. And then after those 4 to 5 hours, it was time to try waxing.
Hello and welcome to my poorly lit bathroom. We're doing this in here because, first of all, most people shave their legs in the bathroom. You can hear the dog tip-tapping around. Sorry about that. Second of all, it is in fact the middle of the night, so all the lighting is off for my reptiles, and they need a day and night cycle, so I can't go in there and turn on all the lights, so we're in here, so I can actually see. Anyways, I let these cool for about 5 hours, and now I'm supposed to just take it out, and she said mash it around in your hands until it turns into wax, and then just wax. I don't know how painful it's gonna be.
So the girl on the TikTok video used like little plastic cups, so I guess she could squeeze the side to get them out. I did not do that because I don't have any plastic cups. This one's glass. So I guess I gotta figure out how to get it out first of all. Come here, bitch. It's kind of squishy, which is what we're going for, I'm pretty sure.
A few moments later.
My only fear is that I'm gonna end up breaking the jar. I oiled up the sides and everything like she said, and it still doesn't want to come out.
Later.
This is so sticky. I mean, I guess that's kind of the point though, right? I didn't think it would take this long just to get it out of the jar.
1 hour later.
I just need a small piece. Just give me something. What was the point of oiling the sides of the jar?
2 hours later.
What if I just cut out a chunk? Because I've got like one whole area kind of... What if I just cut out a chunk?
3 hours later.
If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be so mad. Because this is too much effort to hit the side of the jar for it to just not work.
6 hours later.
Come on. So close. Can you please?
2,000 years later.
Just come out, bitch. Look, we're so close. Come on. Just come out. So first things first, I actually want to do a taste test because it should just taste like lemon hard candy because that's basically what it is. Oh, it is so sticky. That was a bad idea. My teeth are sticking together. Alright, so she said just kind of mold it until it's like a wax. See, my hands are like so slippery. Work, bitch. The problem is my fingers are like so slippery on this that I'm worried I'll put it on my legs but then I won't be able to peel it off because my fingers will just slip. It's like the most cursed clay. It does get easier to work with the more you work with it though. Oh, she said to heat it up. That's right. How did she do that? That might be what I'm missing. She kind of just went like this. Okay, I think that's what I was missing. I wonder if I heat up the sides of the jar if it'll come out easier. Alright, so this is what I'm currently working with. Pretty much a lot of hair. And we're gonna go ahead and try and take it off. Here goes nothing, I guess. Again, I've never waxed before, so this might be a very not that fun experience. Oh, that didn't do anything. Oh, that kind of hurt. Okay, pull it. I mean, it hurts a little bit, but I'm really not seeing much of it coming off. Then again, my hairs are kind of blonde, so. Ah! Oh god, this is gonna take fucking forever. Honestly, not very much at all is happening. It's got a little bit of redness, but see, that hardly, like, I've been working on this one spot forever and it's barely taken anything off. I don't know if this is gonna work, guys. So I spent almost an hour trying to get this wax to work. It worked kind of okay. I had a lot of problems of it would cling to the hair, but it wouldn't actually take it out, so it would just be like very painful but not actually working. I had to go over the same area so many times before it would finally get clear, and I used up the entire little cup of wax. Now in her TikTok, she was not using it on her legs, so she only needed a little bit. I ended up using the whole thing, which might make sense because I had a lot of hair and my entire legs, but I used the entire cup and it was a pain in the ass to get out every single time. I even oiled the containers like she said to do and it just would not come out. I actually ended up having to dissolve a lot of it and just wash it down the sink because it wouldn't come out of the bottom of the glass. There was so much of it stuck to the knife I had to use, and I actually did end up cracking the glass a little bit. Like I said, I was afraid that was gonna happen. It took so much force to get it out of the container that it almost wasn't worth it. And then on top of that, the wax itself didn't work that well. Again, I don't really have experience in waxing, so this could have been my fault, but like I said, it would cling to the hairs, but it wouldn't actually take them out. And it was super easy to tell because my hair would be covered in sugar. And like you guys saw the wax, there were no sugar crystals in there. I don't think I made the wax wrong. There's a possibility I was using the wax wrong, but all in all, it just seemed to like really not work for me. My legs got like incredibly irritated. This could just be because they're not used to being waxed. Some areas of my leg were like extremely painful. Sometimes it wasn't that bad, but all in all, I spent about an hour just trying to get this to work. I used all of the wax in that little container and I ended up shaving anyways. The first leg that I started on, I actually got like a good chunk of the hair off. The problem was it was very patchy and I had a lot of trouble reaching the back of my legs. It's just an odd angle to get at, I guess. On my other leg, I got a lot more off on the front of my leg, but again, it just was very patchy, was very painful, and my legs were starting to get irritated, like red and bumpy and gross. And at that point, I had used all of my wax and I still hadn't gotten all of my legs. So I just put my legs in the tub and shaved. And just in case you're wondering, yes, I did end up cutting myself. However, my legs are smooth, so for one more day I will be forced to conform with society in hopes that my doctor will take me seriously. All in all, I think if you're already a person who waxes their legs fairly often, this might work for you. Again, it was just like so incredibly patchy and painful, and I don't like, and waxing is always painful, and it was just so long and so painful and such a pain in the ass, and I couldn't even figure out how to get the back of my legs when I could just spend 5 to 10 minutes shaving in the shower while I'm already doing the rest of my routine. I think this all boils down to waxing might not be for me. I still have many jars of this stuff, so I might try it again. Part of the problem could be that I let my hair grow out so much, but I have heard you do have to let your hair grow out a little bit for waxing to work properly. But maybe I'll try it again on shorter hair and not on a few years old hair. Still trying to figure out how to get it out of the container without breaking the container. But all in all, I don't think this was worth it. I wish I had halved the recipe or even quartered it. I just made too much, honestly, because I'm definitely not going to use this much. But yeah, this TikTok idea is definitely not for me. But if you're somebody who regularly waxes, maybe try it out. Supposedly the sugar scrub thing is like really good for your skin. It was not good for my skin. And lemon juice in cuts probably isn't the best, which is probably a good thing that I shaved afterwards and not before. And to be fair, she did say it washes off easily. I did have my legs in the shower to shave, but they're not sticky now, which is good. I am having a mild reaction, but I also have a mild reaction when I shave, so I can't say if that's the wax or not. Anyways, that's 0 out of 2 TikToks that have worked so far for me. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.